It's Women's History Month. So let's talk about some women's suffrage, women in the military, feminism, and of course, we'll wrap it up with the true power of women. I am your brother in Christ, and that is our topic for today. So, the women's suffrage movement, or the women's right movement. So, there's been a lot of misinformation about this. There really has been. Um, Definitely propagated recently. So, let's look back at history and try to clear some of this misinformation, to be generous, or better term for it, downright lies. So, first of all, the most commonly stated lie, I'd say, is that men were all on one side and women were all on the other. Women were all for the rights of women to vote, work, and serve in the military. The men were against it. They were bigots. They were against it. They did not want to share power with the women. Well, this isn't true. We look back at history, it's actually more mixed. There are many women who did not want the right to vote, mostly because it came with the obligation of the draft. And they did not want to have to be drafted into the military. There are still many women who wanted to have the right to vote in spite of the draft. Well, we went ahead and removed the requirement for the draft to vote so that women could then be given the right to vote. This was passed by not just women, because let's be honest, women couldn't vote. It was pushed by a majority of men who wanted to give the right to vote to women. So that is the first myth by far that is put out there is about the women's suffrage marches and movement, that it was all men on one side, all women on the other. So, oh, my wonderful wife is in the comments, in fact. Oh, boy, she gets to hear me talk about women's rights. She might be joining me later to give her opinions on this topic. After all, she has a little bit of an expertise in this field. So it counts if the kids are quiet and in bed, but we will find out. So women entered into the workforce, women entered in to be able to vote, but without, like I said before, the draft requirement. That was not something required of the women. But looking at women in the military, since we can roll right into that topic from this. So, women in the military? Now, first of all, let me say, coming right out of the gate, I respect anyone who has served in the military. You have my utmost respect for your service. Absolutely. That being said, I don't like women serving in the military. I don't like them being on the front line. It's a personal preference of mine. By far, I believe that men are to defend women. And having women serve in military means the men have failed. Really does. And I guess that's more of a criticism on men than it is upon women. Because men should keep women safe, not push them to the front of the line. Now, that being said, if you are a woman and you are able to meet all the physical requirements that are required of men in order to enter into the military, I'd say, it's your call. I still don't like it, but it's your call. What I don't appreciate is when you lower the bar of expectations, much like the Marines have done. They lowered the bar of expectation on women so that they could get more women in to the Marines. I don't like that because, again, just because our entrance requirements into a military force changes doesn't change what happens on the battlefield. And the battlefield is gruesome and the battlefield is horrible. And if you do not have the physical resilience that is needed, you will not be able to handle it. So, unless you can meet those physical requirements equivalent to what the men can meet, I do not think you should be serving in that capacity. Because, as we roll into our next one, next topic, feminism, men and women, and this is a bit controversial, mind you, pull up your big boy britches, okay? We're about ready to have a bunch of people on sub, if they haven't already. Men and women are not the same. They are not equal in every aspect. There are things that women are great at, that men royally suck at, and there are things that women really suck at, that men really are good at. Now, again, I'm talking real quick here, I'm talking about averages. There are always outliers. I am well familiar with data, as I've said many times before this point, so there are always outliers. But the average, men have more physical muscle mass. Our muscles are more dense. We're able to take more damage. We're able to physically lift more and endure more. Yes, we're the stupid grunts and the women are the smart people. At least that's how I always refer to it. Another one of the feminist statements that they like to use is 77 cents to the dollar. This implies that women get paid 77 cents less, 77 cents for each dollar a man gets paid. So women get paid 1/3 less. This is really not a good statistic. In fact, this is a crap statistic. What they did was they took all salaries earned by men and all salaries earned by women, took the average of those salaries and said, look, there's a difference. Not comparing apples to apples. And I can tell you right now, it's very easy to defeat this, because if you could hire a woman and pay her 30% less than a man, you would have only women in the workplace. Because everywhere they would only want to hire women, because you could pay them less. I mean, it's not that hard of a concept. If you could pay person A, removing sex from the entire equation, if you could pay person A less than person B for the same work, and they're just as capable, you will take the person you can pay less every time. There is no time that you would vary from that. Another claim I've heard from feminists is that marriage is just legalized rape. This is a bunch of malarkey. And this is why. If you look at the sexual desires of men, our sexual desire is to reproduce with as many partners as possible, as many women as possible. That is the animalistic, base, sinful desire of men. Absolutely. Not proud of it, but that's what it is. Women, on the other hand, want to have that stability. They want to have one man to take care of their kids, to help raise their kids, and to engage with it. So saying that marriage is somehow a trap for women is just foolish. It's ignorant of the natural desires of men and women. If anything, it's flipping the men and women's desires. On top of that, rape in marriage is still rape. It's still illegal. So finally, last one for feminists is you should focus on your career. That should be your primary focus, is on your career. You need to establish your career. Don't worry about having kids. Wait until later. I mean, when you get to 30, 40 and you have a good job and you've accomplished everything you want in life and you're a successful, independent woman, you do that a little too well, you can then find yourself a boyfriend and have a couple kids. Don't get married because that's just a trap. Just have a couple kids at that point. And this, if you listen to this, it will rob you of ever having the chance to use your superpower, to use your true power as a woman. It will rob you of that. And as a Christian, that's really what the enemy wants. The enemy wants to rob you of any happiness you can get. And by following this focus on your career course, you will get robbed. And let's roll on into a woman's true power. So, a woman's true power. What is her true power? Her true power, by far, has the possibility to change more lives, to change the world on a much grander scale than any guy by himself could ever hope to achieve. She has this power. She has the power to change the course of history. Very simply, by having kids, by having a life grow within her and giving birth to her child and raising that child. She has the potential of influencing thousands of people in the future, possibly changing the course of humanity for itself. But again, the last thing we said in our feminist section was to wait, to not have kids yet, to wait till later in life when you're established. Women throughout history have rejected this concept. In fact, you can see a lot of times women would marry older men. You can see it's in biblical times that women would marry much older men, men that are already established, have their life in order to establish their family and take care of their family. So if we look at the woman's productivity, the main thing is your egg count is what it is. And let's take a look at it by percentages. We'll take our baseline 100% at puberty, say that is 100% your possibility of having a kid at that point. And it really is, it changes as you grow older. The more periods you have, the more eggs you lose. So if at puberty you have 100% of your eggs, you lose quite a few of them as you continue. At 30 years old, you've lost 70%. You've lost 70% of the eggs you can have. You're much less fertile. You're much less capable of having a pregnancy at that point. Definitely if you have had one prior. If you have had multiple pregnancies before you're 30, then that moves this clock back. That adds more time to your internal clock. So by the age of 40, you've lost 95%. And by 45, you've lost all your eggs. You're not having a kid. There are, again, we're talking about averages. There are outliers. There are people who are born different. But this overall is the course of averages for every woman that's out there. So, but I mean, what's the big point of kids? What's the point of having kids? What's the point? Well, the truth is the kids are the future. If you have, let's say, 3 kids, and each of those kids have 3 kids of their own, and each of those kids have 3, and each of those kids have 3. Again, I'm picking a low number. That seems to be the average nowadays. Me, 10, 12, whatever my wife wants, and at this point, it sounds like 25, 60 kids. But very quickly, even at 3, you start seeing that number grow rapidly. And you can see 3 generations down the road that those kids can change massive parts of the world, each one with their own future, own path to take. And if you raise them right, if you are a stay-at-home mom, which seems to be demonized by the left as a kept woman, as an imprisoned woman, which makes no logical sense to me. But if you are that sort of woman who stays home, raises her kids right, gives them a good biblical foundation, those kids can go out and literally save millions of souls and change the world. Kids are our future. Don't let a career or a job take that opportunity away from you to make that change. I mean, I might go to work and I might, even if I was the most successful person in the world, let's say I was Bill Gates. Okay, I impacted the world. I changed things in the world. Okay. But let's be honest, I'm not Bill Gates. I'm more like a factory worker. Works 9 to 5. A cog in the machinery. I'll easily replace cog in the machinery because there are millions of people that could replace me very easily. I might work 40 hours a week for years, but I would never make the impact that one woman can with 3, 4 kids. At the end of my life, I'd have very little to show about it. But if my wife stayed home and raised the kids while I worked a 9 to 5 dead end job in order to make ends meet so she could stay home and raise the kids right, then I might have a piece of what that woman's true power is and what is truly capable of. So, as I am wrapping up here, I'm going to go ahead and go into Q&A. My wonderful wife is coming over to join us, as you can see in the live chat. She will be here hopefully shortly. But let me add Q&A. There we go. And I might as well, since this is Women's History Month, and I love boasting about my wife, we'll go ahead and look at some of her merch. We just went down for Doctor for the Block, had a blast down there with vocab, with everyone down there. Thank you guys so much for making it just an amazing time, all in all. But like I said, let's take a look at this merch. So she has this out. Link is in the description below if you guys want to check this out. We went down, we took some of this merch with us. We gave it to vocab, we gave it to David, that was about it. Oh, we seem to have technical difficulties. I think my wife decided to bring the kids over. Okay, well, c'est la vie. Hopefully nothing has happened too terribly bad. But leave your questions in the description, or if you are watching this after the fact, leave it in the comment section. I always check the comment section and I keep it very active. So come on over, little ones. Come on over. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. You want to say hi to everyone?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Drop those right there. There you go. There we go. Okay, let me switch this back on here. Showing off your merch again, just like always. Ha. Say hi.
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 So yeah, did you have fun at Doctor for a Block?
Yes.
Yeah, we're just talking. Yeah, yeah, lots of fun, huh? Super excited, aren't you?
Yeah.
Hey Angela, who did we just watch?
Watch. Very boy.
Berry Boy?
Yeah.
Speak up.
You gotta say it louder.
You gotta say it louder.
Who did you just watch on Mama's phone?
Watch it. Game. Right.
Okay.
Dr. Dizzle.
Dr.
That is
Yeah, Dr. Dizzle?
a book.
Yeah, did you meet him?
Yeah.
Did you have fun with him? Was he a cool guy?
Yeah.
And we also
Yeah,
got to hang out with vocab again.
Yep.
You got to hang out with Nate and Rox and be new.
And Titus 2.
And Carm.
And Carm. Yeah, it was a blast.
We got to meet a
It's all
bunch of
fun.
musicians.
Bunch of
like-
rappers.
Justin Martyr.
Veda.
And Conscience.
Conscience. Veda.
Yeah. We got to meet Is He a Real One? And his lovely wife Hoda.
Yeah, huh?
We had all
Yeah.
kind of friends.
Bunch of fun. So, just wrapping up our conversation on being a kept woman. So, how is it to be a kept woman, imprisoned, and all that fun stuff?
Yeah,
Yes,
I don't know, man. I like my kids. We were talking, speaking of Doctrine for the Block, we were talking originally about, that's going to be a little bit difficult with kids. Should we leave them? What if we drive? That's going to be like 3 weeks if we drive. Even if we don't, it's going to be a week. And it's like, I don't want to leave my kids. I love my kids. I love spending every day with my kids. I always miss them. Like when I gave birth to him, they wouldn't let our first in the hospital. And even though it was like 48 hours, that was hard. I love my kids. I want to spend all my time with my kids. Sometimes they annoy me. All people are annoying sometimes, but I'm happy.
Are you annoying?
Yes.
Are you annoying?
Walking again.
Yeah, that's not touchy for you.
Why?
That's sharp.
Sharp.
Yep. Owie.
Yeah.
You love your mommy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
You like spending time with your mama?
Move.
Yep. Yep.
Uh,
So, okay. So that's how you feel being a kept woman, imprisoned, never being let outside. Okay, so it's cold and it's winter right now, so I don't think many people want to be outside. Definitely now because it's raining. It's not fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why people don't have more respect for stay-at-home moms, especially like I don't know why is it such a bad thing to love kids and to want to be there for them? I mean, if you're not going to be there for them, what are you doing? You're hiring someone else to be there for them. So I mean, like, I don't know, wouldn't you rather raise your kids if you can? I'm not saying, for those who can't, but
And I think it's very obvious out with in Virginia, all across the United States right now with the whole school system, how the school system has been mistreating a lot of the kids. I think it's very obvious that parents need to be involved more. That a lot of parents have given over power to the state that was rightfully theirs. And because they did that, they have failed in some respects. But luckily, they're waking up to that at long last. So, hey, someone asked how you are, little boy. Hey,
how are you
look,
doing?
look, someone on there asked how you're doing. How are you doing?
It's
How are
your
you
friend
doing?
Chaddison.
Stretching.
Yeah, you like Chaddison, huh?
Yeah.
You had lots of fun with him, huh?
Yeah.
He played with you. You fell asleep on the couch. You slept
Yeah.
through a concert, which I'm still confused on how you did that. That was quite impressive, but it was a long week, huh? Yeah, we met up with him. We went out and ate. Do you remember eating with him?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Eating their food. I love him again. I love him again.
Yeah, huh? You got food and enjoyed yourself, huh? So he's doing good, and it's hot out there. Finally, it was cold the entire time we were down there.
Yeah, the weather just
was
didn't
cold.
like us. And then it warmed up as soon as we left.
Sorry, bro. We brought the cold, and when we took it with us, we went and left, and it's still cold here.
Next time I'm not paying for a carry-on for the cold.
You need the extra baggage, huh? Yeah, we even brought some rain down with us. Nom 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 nom. I'll hit your fingers.
The ducky.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't get my glasses.
The ducky.
Yeah, it's a chicken.
Ah.
It's enlarged. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the speakers were loud, and yet you still slept through.
Yeah.
Impressive little boy.
Yeah.
You want my hat that badly, huh? Yeah, you're just gonna rip it off me.
Get it? Ah, I got it.
There you go. Good job. Good job.
On.
He's probably going to drop it.
On. On.
Everything's out of focus. And it's back on. There we go. Good job. Good job, little boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonathan says, "Oh goodness, please come back. Then I will pay for that carry-on."
I don't know, man. The cold up here won't work so well. You get real cold real quick, huh?
Yeah, we came back and there's still ice on the ground. They have a little pond and it's still icy.
It's still frozen,
We
solid.
have piles of snow that never went away from weeks ago. I mean, they melted quite a bit, but like I don't know, still a foot or so in certain sections where it all like drifted up together and just never left. Yeah, you want mini icebergs? I mean, you could probably ship them, but I don't know if they'll arrive intact.
No, they'll probably melt on the meanwhile. So, okay. Well, if you guys don't have any questions about the topic, I might just go ahead and wrap it up here shortly. I need to get these little ones to bed. Huh, isn't that right?
This.
Yeah, that's not for you to play with.
Why?
Because that one's real.
Real?
Mhm. Yes, it is.
Flagstaff has plenty of ice.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
You like ice, huh?
Yeah.
Do you like making snowmen?
Yes.
What do you like making?
Yes.
What do you like making?
And making chair, couch.
You like going on the chair on the couch?
Yeah.
You're a bunch of fun, huh?
Yeah.
You're just such a good boy. And he is so cute.
Yeah.
Luckily, that one is not the microphone we're using.
Okay, good. I got really nervous.
Because if
We were
not, you
walking
guys'
and
ears would be ringing.
Microphone.
Microphone.
Yeah, microphone.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, Chazon, we will be heading out. It's good to see you again, my friend. And it was a blast to be with you down there. We'll have to do it again next year. We are looking forward to going back down for Doctrine for the Block.
Hey. We did do it chore.
Well, don't worry about it, buddy. So we will see you guys next time. And my lovable wife, since this is officially Women's History Month, would you be so kind as to end us in prayer?
Sure. So you guys can hear me. Dear God, thank you so much for being our God, for loving us and desiring us. God, thank you that you don't love me any less for being a woman. God, thank you for not being like that. And God, may your truth be seen. May you be shown for who you are. And thank you for the roles that you give to each of us, although they may be different from each other. Thank you for helping us utilize our puzzle pieces. And may you be glorified through us, and your will be done. Amen.
Amen. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
You want to say bye-bye?
Bye.